Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice Ramsey Park welcome for the Chief of Energy, Environment, and Open Space, Austin Blackman.
Good morning, and thanks so much, Commissioner Cook. Let's actually start with just giving a round of applause to Commissioner Cook for taking great care of our parks here, along with the staff of Boston Parks and Recreation. You know, Chris is able to do such a great job because we've got a great mayor that he and I get to work for who wants great parks here in our communities. Great parks that serve all of our communities equally, great parks that can serve all of our residents as the city of Boston continues to grow. And great parks that can be the foundation to these communities that allow our residents to have healthy, active lifestyles. That's why Mayor Walsh started the Parks First initiative. Parks First centers our open space system as one of the first tools that our city can use to address issues like equity, access, and sustainability. And what a great community we have right here in Roxbury, as Commissioner Cook mentioned, especially the youth here. We're able to be here making these announcements today because of the youth who advocated for this park. That's the reason why we made this investment. They made their voice heard, and their city listened, and their mayor listened. So let's have a round of applause for the youth that advocated for this park. And so this is a really appropriate place for us to celebrate community leadership. This park is named for one of Boston's great citizens, Captain David L. Ramsey, who grew up on Sterling Street, which many of you now know is Melnia Katz Boulevard. Captain Ramsey graduated from the Boston Public Schools and went on to be the 47th African American to graduate from the United States Military Academy at West Point. He had a long list of accolades over his career.
Do you want to sit down?
He went on to become a fighter pilot, was the recipient of the Purple Heart, the Distinguished Flying Cross, 2 Meritorious Service Awards, a Bronze Star, the Vietnam Campaign Medal, an Air Force Good Conduct Medal, 2 Air Medals, the National Defense Service Medal, a Silver Star, and the Vietnam Service Medal. He was a great example of how young people of color from Boston could break boundaries and achieve their dreams. Boston is honored by his memory. And in that spirit, I also want to congratulate Michael Bivins on his dedication in furthering Boston's celebration of prominent people of color in Boston. More importantly, though, I want to congratulate him on his tireless efforts to engage our youth. He understands that he succeeded, in part, because others helped him. And now he's paying that forward to the next generation. He knows where he's from, and he's proud that he's from Roxbury. And because of that, he continues to make Boston a better place. So thank you very much, Mike. And I know someone else who wants to congratulate Biv, the person who committed to having a leadership team at City Hall that reflects Boston's great diversity. The person who gave Boston Parks and Recreation the biggest budget in its history, not once, but twice in a row. A man who needs no introduction, and I'm lucky to have as my boss, your mayor, Marty Walsh.
Thank you very much, Austin, and thank you for all the work you do in our city for the environment. I want to thank Chris Cook and all the staff from the Parks and Recreation Department that's here with us today, who work hard. I want to thank Chief Felix Arroyo as well, who's here with us from Health and Human Services. Felix tried to get Dan to sing over there. Michael said, okay, just take it easy. And he went back, I want to thank Chief Arroyo. I want to give a special shout out to the kids from Orchard Gardens that are here with us today. I also want to give a shout out to, we have partnerships in this city. We don't work in silos, we work together, and a very important, valuable member of the Boston City Council and a partner, Tito Jackson's with us today. I want to give a shout out to somebody who has been tremendous help, not just to me, but over generations in our city, a former member of the Boston School committee, but somebody who is very active in a lot of different ways, and that's Elfrida Harris.
Yes.
And to Michael, one of the most important people in his life is here. His mom is here and his aunt's here, so I want to say thank them. We were doing selfies earlier today, so and I want to thank the entire neighborhood and the kids. They were already mentioned earlier about the kids here at Ramsey Park. We met with them last year. I came to a coffee hour here last year, and some of the kids grabbed me on the other side of the hoops here, and they started talking about the park, and we started to talk about how do we make the park better. And this is a park that is supposed to be for kids and for older people and people to come in and relax, enjoy themselves, play sports, learn things, and go on and do great things in their life. And I want to thank them. It was already mentioned, but this park is going to get a full $2 million renovation, and it all started with those kids grabbing me over there. And it's great to see our young people invested in our city, and it's important for us as leaders, elected leaders, to make sure we listen to people, listen to the kids, because they see things that we don't sometimes, and it's important. So I want to thank them. Today we're here to pay special tribute to somebody who grew up playing sports in our parks, somebody who understands the importance of making sure that we can provide opportunities for our young kids so they have a future, and he has his own family with him today, and that's Michael Bivins, and I want to thank him. You know, Michael grew up playing here, and then he went on to represent Boston on a world stage, and when New Edition came out, that was my generation, and we were proud of New Edition because they were from Boston, and they did for our city, what they did for this world.
His generation.
All right, 617.
And then he went on to Belle-Biv DeVoe, and as a manager and a mentor. I met Michael about 3.5 years ago when I was running for mayor of Boston, and he came into my office. We started talking, and we weren't talking about him supporting me for mayor. We're talking about what we could do when I get elected mayor of the city of Boston to make this city better. That's what we talked about that day. And from that day till today, anytime that I've reached out to Michael for anything, the answer is not no. It's what do you need? How do we do it? And I want to thank him for that, because there's a man who sold.
Wasn't that cute, the little father-daughter hint?
There's not many people who sold over 4 million records with one track called Poison. That's why I want to get back to the neighborhood. So I want to thank you, Michael, for everything you do for our city. It's great to see that Michael remembers where he came from, and he has done that. Today is just the beginning, I think. Michael's come back and hosted basketball tournaments. He's gone out. He's a family man. He's a father. His wife, Tisha's here, and today's her birthday.
Happy birthday, baby!
Tisha for that. And Belle-Biv DeVoe is coming back. New album coming out. A mini-series on BET in Boston. Just a little secret. Don't tell anybody. But we have a Christmas tree lighting every year at Boston Common on December 1st, and our main attraction is Belle-Biv DeVoe. So make sure if I remember correctly, I think New Edition played in the Boston Common concerts years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So I want to, again, in a video. So I want to thank you, and I just want to I want to thank everyone for coming out today. This is an exciting day. It's an exciting day for the community of Roxbury. It's an exciting day because oftentimes when we see or read the paper or see what's going on, people don't talk about the positives. There's a lot of positives. There's a lot of success stories right here. You don't have to have sold 4 million albums to be a success story. You just need to have raised your family, come from this neighborhood, not forget where you came from. I didn't come from too far down the street, down off of Columbia Road. And Boston's a special place. We have incredible artists like Michael, like Donna Summer, who grew up literally on Pleasant Street, down the street from where I grew up. And I want to thank them for giving back to our community. I want to thank you, Michael. I want to thank your family for being with us today. And I want to thank the community of Roxbury in the South End who came here today. This is a celebration. This is a man who left the neighborhood, never forgot the neighborhood, and has come a full circle back to the neighborhood and gives back every single day. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mayor, for that. A few more items of business, just very, very quickly. I'd like to welcome, we have a great partner with in the state government, and here representing the office of the governor is Deshari Martinez with the citation. If Deshari, if you could join us. Hi. A nice welcome for Deshari would be great.
Hi everyone, my name is Deshari Martinez. And I bring greetings from the Governor's Office of Community Affairs, and I'm honored to present Michael Bivins a governor's citation. On behalf of the citizens of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I am pleased to confer upon you this governor's citation in recognition of your support and leadership of Boston's youth and community members.
Thank you so much, Ms. Martinez. A few other items. First off, I want to thank the outstanding teams of ONS and especially Boston Centers for Youth and Families and HHS who worked with the Parks Department on making sure that everyone knew about this event today. So if you give those city workers a round of applause, very grateful for that. I also just want to acknowledge the fact that it's not just money. The mayor's made a commitment to accelerate the schedule for this event. So we're actually joined here today not only by the project manager, Nate Frazee. Nate, if you could just raise your hand back there. If anyone has any questions about any of the developments in the city or has any suggestions for how the park is going to look in the future, just reach out to Nate right over there. By the way, Nate just had a baby 6 weeks ago, Acadia, that's joined. So very blessed that Acadia's with us today. And he's joined by Stantec, the firm that will be working on the design. So Kevin, if you could just raise your hand. If you have any ideas about what this park should look like, and I know the kids around here have a lot of great ideas, make sure you reach out to those two gentlemen. Thank you very much for that. And now we're going to have the sign unveiling, but I don't want anyone to go away when we do the sign unveiling because we're going to be treated to an extraordinary special performance by the youth of this area. So now, Mayor, and if I could have the family and the mayor join us over by the sign so we can unveil this sign. This is the sign that's going to be permanently adorned on these courts so that everyone knows these are the Michael Bivins courts, all right?
What up, baby? What's up? Hey, man, you roll deep. Come on, man. Come on, kid. Come on, Tizo. You want me to get it?
So, folks, after the cameras are in place, we're going to need a big Ramsey countdown.
We want all the pretty people in front of us.
From 3. Is everyone ready?
Excuse me.
From 3. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Michael.
All right.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you can all join us back at the seats, we want to make sure that we give our kids a nice big audience, okay? I'd like to welcome in front of the podium
I am.
Christina Reeve Barber, who's got the youth from Orchard Gardens, who are going to lead us in a song. Come on.
I got it. Thanks, man. Can you need that phone, please?
We need to move back for the kids, okay?
That's fine, fine. Will. Chris, we just done a photo break right now. 1 second, Chris.
Savannah.
Yeah, we're gonna go right back over there. The kid's gonna perform, then we'll do all our pictures. You guys see, Yeah. Chris, let Mike, you want to say a word before the kids perform?
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you're moving back so that we can hear the kids' performance, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the microphone the man of the hour, Michael Bivins.
1, 2. I just wanted to say, I just want to take a moment of silence for 3 mothers who are not here. Mrs. Carol Brown, Miss Maybell, and Miss Pat Tresvant. My mom is still here, Ronnie's mom's here, but please, if you will, just bow your heads for a few seconds. And the reason why I wanted to start it off with that is because with our fathers and our mothers having the 5 of us, it made this day possible, because New Edition was my ticket out of Orchard Park, and ball was my first love. And I know the guys are all over the country doing different things, but they wanted me to tell y'all that they love the city they're from, they love the Orchard Park where they're from. Ronnie's from Cathedral, and they just want to say New Edition for life in Boston. What I really want to do is I want to move this fast. I don't want to make this too long and drawn out. I just want to say to Marty, you are a man of your word. I got 2 Martys, Marty. And when we did meet and we sat down, I didn't ask him for anything for me. I asked him for anything and everything for y'all.
Yes.
All right? And I let him know that when we throw our events, we don't charge y'all nothing. People come out here with their beach chairs. They got their brown bags. They have a good time. We don't have no arrests. We got 100 cops out here. We've never been on the news. We've never been in the newspaper for a fighting or a sighting. This city is safe. And even the people, the knuckleheads who want to get wild and get crazy, maybe there's some suppressed feelings inside of them. But at least when they come to this tournament, they say, Mike, we ain't gonna mess this up. We're gonna be on our best behavior. And I got so many people to thank. I got my Rev who drove down. I got my man Todd from Reebok who was cutting the Bank of America for me. I got my man Greg from New York City Rucker Park, who's our rivalry out here in this court. And more importantly, I just want to run through these people real fast so we can have the kids do their thing. Y'all know I got so many big brothers and brothers. But Terry Walker, Chiz DeLoach, Mike James, Marty Monterio, my best friend, Tony Boyd. They've been with me. They're on my album covers. They've been holding me down. Travis Pettis, you know, Little Chiz. There's so many of y'all. And I even got my basketball coaches here, man. People that helped me go in the right direction and took me under their wings before New Edition. It was just pure ball, shaking and baking, and trying to break an ankle. And I just want to say there's a guy that came into my project because you couldn't get me out of the projects. I was running with James Griffin and Leroy. They in here somewhere. But it was so crazy because I signed up for the Orchard Park League 13 and under. And they had this draft, and we had to go there. And they used to feed us at 5 o'clock, so I would stay because I could bring home food to my mom. We had double food. Whatever she cooked, the beans and the hot dogs, we doubled up. But this guy drafted me, and I asked him, why did he draft me? He said, because I see something in you. And it was 100 names on this list, and they were putting us on 4 different teams. And his name is Sherman, y'all.
Yeah, okay there, sir.
And after we won our trophy with the Warriors, I was out in the park with Travis and the kid that's not here no more, Giovanni. And this other guy walked through the project, and he said, I want to bring y'all to the boys club. And we was like, what's that? It was really up the street. And he said, man, you know, got to pay for a membership. I want y'all to play ball. We was like, well, we can't ask our moms for that type of money. He said, well, I paid for it. This guy bought me and Trav our membership at the Roxbury Boys Club. Clyde Pritchard, y'all. And after the boys club, they had the Boston shootouts in the summertime. And I was a ball boy, and I used to love giving New York and Chicago towels and water. And one year, they had the kids play at halftime of the game, you know, and you had the Wilson family on the mic. You had Dennis, you had Harry, you know, and they were doing their thing, and they let us play ball out there. But I wasn't from the project that was playing. It was Mission Hill's turn. And this guy said, yo, suit up, you with me. His name is Juice, y'all. And he bought us all Big Macs, too. And then I'm still going. And then from there, of course, Harry and Dennis, they were on the mic. And then in this particular day, I'm in the stands, and a lady tapped me on the shoulder and said, you forgot one of your trophies. It was in my office. And I said, what is it for? She said, for the Nate Tiny Archibald League. It was up at the Shelburne. Her name is Miss Harris, y'all. She brought a trophy down to BU, and ever since then we've been friends. And you know, when you see her, you see Diane. So 1 and 2, they like a 1-2 punch. And then I got into my big brothers. This guy was hanging through a fence watching me play on our hoops that we took from Madison Park, me, Griff, and Leroy. And I kept, yeah, we ain't going. You a cop now, you good. So the thing is that this dude kept looking at me, and I kept saying, yo, you're making me nervous, man. And he's like, nah, I need you to play with me. And I said, who are you? He said, I'm from the Bumblebee, Cooper Commons. I said, oh, okay, who's that? He said, yo, meet me down at Derby. And that was their facility right there years ago. Ended up being my oldest big brother. Y'all know how close he is to me, ladies and gentlemen, Terry Walker, yo. And I don't see him in the park, but his name is Bones. I don't know if he's here. Did he make it? Okay, well, I just want to say this quick story, then I'm going to get to my other big brother, and we're going to move on. When I was younger, going over to Mission Hill, that was something that people said, you know, I don't know about that. But I didn't understand that language. I knew they had trophies. So one day, this guy named Bones said, yo, I want you to play with me. I'm going to have you play aside a kid named Mike Lee. And I was like, okay. So it was me and Mike up at the top. And I'm in the project. I had to meet Bones at the Reggie Lewis Center because he said, I need to meet you to walk you in. I said, damn, these are some expensive trophies. So every Saturday around 6 o'clock, I'm by myself in the snow with my Converse bag, trucking it over to Mission Hill. And my goal was to get that award. We won that 13 and under, and I hauled butt right back to OP. Because I knew once I got the hardware, the job was finished. And I just want to say, Bones, thank you for watching over me, because I didn't know what I was walking into. I just figured we all from the project, we all get along. And back up in Shelbourne, my last story, being at the boys club, I used to sit on the bench. A guy that passed away, Tommy McNair, he didn't really approve of my style. He liked me, but he ain't like the way I got down on the court, because I wanted to come and whirl and twirl and do it like that. And it used to be like, when you do it like that, you're going to sit on the bench. And so, exactly. In this particular game, when I got the trophy with Miss Harris, we were playing Mission Hill 13 under. And all of a sudden, this quiet guy, assistant coach, he just stood up. And I'm sitting at the end of the bench mad as hell, because I'm like, yo, look, if you come here to lose, then you need to go in the locker room, because I come here to win. Because the way we going now, we ain't getting this trophy. And out of nowhere, I'm listening to this quiet guy. I'm like, damn, you don't even talk like that regularly. And so out of nowhere, he said, yo, as of right now, I'm taking this game over. Yo, Mike, get off the bench and go in the game and get this damn game. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've been brothers. This is my second big brother since then, because he put me in a position. We won that trophy, which was a big thing, because Mission Hill was tough in ball. This is my other big brother, Charlie DeLoach, y'all. Yeah. And those are the stories that have something to do with ball, that means something. There's so many of y'all that know y'all my friends and brothers. We done took pictures. I know these kids are here to perform, but I just want you to know something. I never thought I would have left the hood singing Candy Girl and would have came back to the hood with a basketball court.
Yes, sir.
Life is a journey.
God is good.
I just want to say, if you wear Adidas's, please put a 3 up in the air. Throw a 3 all the way up in the air. This ain't the gang sign. This is how we get down. This is everyday life. This is Boston, the life and style and the city of everyday people, y'all. Thank you. Wait, hold on. Listen. I had to get that out the way. But the most important thing is how I became who I am. My mother's still here. My father's still here. This is my family shout out. My sister's here. TB. My aunt's here. My cousin's here. My beautiful wife is here. My brother-in-law. And my little Supremes. This is the reason why I go hard every day. And when I travel, I hit 3 and 4 flights, because I know what I'm doing is to make life better for them. And mine, I just want to say, all those nights you was talking to me, telling me to keep my head up. even what I was going through with the group, you always told me if you need to relieve some stress, go play some ball. Alright? And I just want you to know, you never asked me for nothing. You kept a job, because you said if things go wrong with music, we got to eat, son. And still to this day, she gets up at 6 o'clock and go teach kids in Newton. And I just want to say you inspired me. You know, you're a mother, you're a fabric of this Boston community. You pray for us. Auntie, you pray for me. Grandma's not here, but I know she's looking down on us. The Bivins family, we got a landmark. And it's because of all of y'all that this community, we are just getting started. The more I could do, the more they allow me to do. We're going to have more moments like this. I just want to say peace and love.
Peace
Baby,
and love.
I love you. Savannah, Shiloh, Star. We did it, baby. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Bivins. Now please give a nice, warm Ramsey welcome for a teacher who's teaching our youth, Christina Reeve-Barber, who's going to introduce you to the next new edition, or the next Belle Biv DeVoe. Christina, if you could come join us.
Leon.
Christina's a teacher at Orchard Gardens. Hold on for a second. Christina's a teacher at Orchard Gardens.
Yeah, teacher.
As an educator with 22 years in BPS and born and raised in Roxbury, it is a pleasure and honor to be here today. I shared information